get started. And yeah, we're off. I didn't really get time to introduce, but that's okay. So this match here, it is a best out of 3 match. This is the final phase of the tournament. This is the bracket round. The winner of this match will go on to face BTFM in the quarterfinals. So yeah, we have two runners here that made it out of the group phases. Both of them excellent competitors. TimeLink taking an unfortunate death there. So the reason we start off with Concrete Man, his weapon is extremely versatile. We use it a lot for movement, for freezing magma beams. It's very strong on all of the mini bosses. And Concrete's not that bad with a Buster. So we don't necessarily go in weakness order here. We're actually going the reason we route this game the way it is to get Rush Jet as soon as possible. You get Rush Jet after defeating 5 bosses. So yeah, it's more about getting Rush Jet for the stages that Rush is most useful for. Rather than necessarily going boss weakness order. So you'll see both runners, they're going to actually both probably go to Magma second, and of course Magma Man is not weak to Concrete Shot. However, again, it's used for movement, so. Polytopes making his way onto the Concrete fight. TimeLink playing a little bit of catch up here due to that early death on the first screen. This fight is a really fun fight. It's kind of a dance. Concrete Man can jump, he can charge at you, and he can shoot those concrete blocks. It appears on Polytope's screen that he only shot 1 concrete shot, but that's because Polytopes was standing very close to Concrete Man. Otherwise, he will actually shoot 3 shots like you just saw on TimeLink's screen there. So basically, by staying close to him, he's still shooting 3 shots, but they're all on top of each other, so it looks like 1. TimeLink finished up Concrete Man. Meanwhile, Polytopes is moving on to Magma. Magma Man is a really difficult stage, in my opinion. It's probably definitely one of the top 2 most difficult stages in this game. Definitely a heavy reset point for a lot of runners. There, again, you see him switching to Concrete and how it's utilized to sort of skip and do these mini zip through enemies. And then these Magma Beams, which are instant death. You can use the shots there to stop them in their path and skip having to wait for them. Unfortunately, he throws the beam a little bit too low, kind of blocking his own path there. Next, you see the Dragon mini-boss coming up on Polytope's screen. Usually this is 15 Buster shots to kill, but once again, having the Concrete Shot, you only need 5 Concrete shots, making it a lot faster of a fight. Once again, you'll see Polytopes just going through the screen, not stopping at all, freezing these beams, so he does get caught up on that one. But overall, saving a lot of time there by not having to wait. Next, he pulls out the Buster, back onto Buster for the Magma Man fight. Magma Man's weak to Tornado Blow. However, the game actually doesn't give you enough ammo to defeat Magma Man, so, unless you get lucky and get a double hit. So really, you'd have to switch weapons anyway, and of course, menuing costs you time. So the game is routed such that, you know, again, Concrete is very useful in this stage. Magma is very useful as well. So just doing it second and waiting to pick up Tornado is is better off that way. Plus, again, Tornado is one of those stages that highly benefits from having Rush Jet, skipping those batteries. TimeLink here, he's in the middle of his magma fight, and yeah, so not too far behind. I believe he may have made up some time there, despite the early death. Polytopes going Hornet third. This is a smart route for marathons and races. You can theoretically go Galaxy third or Hornet third. There's a slight safety in doing a Hornet third, in that those Hornet Chaser weapon can actually defeat the copters that you use to pull you in Galaxy Man. TimeLink opting out of that safety, going Galaxy third. You'll see a lot of rush coil use here in Galaxy Man stage, using those copter heads to progress you forward, help you move a little bit faster. But like I said, you make one mistake and they're designed really to kill you, so you do have to kind of be in control. If you lose control, that's where the benefit of having a Hornet Chaser comes. So Polytopes here has a unique Hornet fight that's actually a little faster than others do it. Let's see if he gets it here. He just misses it. The goal there is to try to kill the Hornet Man at the center of the stage, but Polytopes' fight, I believe he actually is able to kill him while he's still on the right side. It's kind of incredible to see. Meanwhile, Polytopes onto Galaxy Man, TimeLink wrapping up Galaxy here. Again, we're going to see C-Shot. Oh, he's not going to use the... so you can use C-Shot there to skip going through some of those teleporters, but he chooses to be a little bit safer. Let's see what kind of pattern Galaxy Man gives him. You can get... preferably you want 2 swoops. There's 1, although he did miss a shot, and there's 2. So that's the best possible pattern. Unfortunately, he didn't get all the shots he needed to finish him off. That is the pattern that you want to try to go for. TimeLink also today got a new PB before the race, so we know he's on the top of his game right now, so should be a good matchup. Polytopes, his PB, he's one of the top tier Mega Man 9 runners. He has a 32-37, I believe, is his PB. So one of the handful of runners that has a 32 in this game. We didn't really talk much about the flower that TimeLink's about to face. So that's another big part of RNG in this game. There's a ton of RNG in this game. Between Galaxy Man, Tornado Man, the final boss, of course, and this flower. So this flower can spawn in, one of, many of those locations. Specifically, you want him to spawn at the top. And that's sort of the fastest way his stream through. So I didn't get to see which one he got. You want him to spawn in the top 2. At least now I get to show exactly which ones are good and which ones are bad. I can take advantage of this. So the top 2, good. The 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock, those are not so good. And then that 7 o'clock is decent enough. So Polytopes here, he wrapped up Galaxy Man, and TimeLink is on to Hornet. The Hornet fight. Good fight there from TimeLink. The route divergent should end now. Both runners should be on Jewel next. We know Polytopes is. Thank you, BT. I was muted. I was just talking about the strats there. We saw time creep shot. To get through that first section of Jewel Man. Where you can theoretically save some time by doing those mini zips, you also lose time by having that extra menu. So it really does even out from just using the Buster. Another possible route divergence here after Jewel Man, you see Polytopes going to Splash Woman. Really, there's multiple ways you can do this. You can go to Splash, and then Plug, and then Tornado. You can go to Plug, then Tornado, then Splash, or you can go Plug, Splash, Tornado. So 3 different ways. As long as, really just the rule is, as long as you do Plug before Tornado. We see the ink animation there when he gets hit by that squid. It's kind of cool. All the weapon drops match him. The extra life matches him. Everything else becomes inked. It's a nice little detail. Here, for those Mega Man 5 fans out there, here's our version of the bubble skip. It's a lot easier. Meanwhile, again, we see that route divergence, TimeLink going to Plug. So both runners you see now have Rush Jet. You just saw Polytopes have to take those platforms there. So kind of the idea is that you place Rush in such a way to skip having to use those platforms. The Rush Jet placement is pretty difficult in this game. Rush matches matches Mega Man's vertical position. So as he's falling from the ground and you're jumping up, that's where he'll stop. So you want to time it so that you're matching his position while you're still on your way up, so you can land on him. That was slightly too low for Polytopes, so he wasn't able to reach the ladder, and he had to platform it up. That was a basically the best possible Splash Woman kill. shooting the bees in such a way that you kill her on the left side of the screen. That's the ideal way of killing her. TimeLink making his way onto Plugman. You have exact ammo for this fight. Got to be careful not to shoot any of the Joule satellites into the iframes. Meanwhile, Polytope starts on Plugman. So the thing about Plugman, this stage is based off of a global timer. You need to progress through the stage the exact same way, kind of called perfect plug. That way you see how he arrived there as soon as the Yoku blocks appeared. That was all intentional. So from here on out, he'll switch to Rush to skip the second section of the Yoku blocks. But he'll know exactly where they are. He'll be confident that none of the Yoku blocks will knock him off Rush. So. And while TimeLink making his way through Splash, so they just kind of swap stages there. So it's all for that last screen there that you saw. He was able to skip that cycle of blocks. And he got the Big Mama jump, so Polytope's already proving he's the winner of this matchup. Big Mama jump, not an easy thing to do. There's two different jumps he can give you. I think one is not even frame perfect. I think it's like based off a sub-pixel. And then the one that he got, the low jump, I believe you have a 4-frame window. I mean, every respectful Mega Man runner at least attempts the Big Mama jump. If you buster through him, it's weak. So weak. You know who you are. Alright, so we're on to Tornado Man stage. Again, global timer does matter on this. Theoretically, there is a strat there where you can hop onto batteries and save 80 frames. It's really risky, especially considering that you're only saving 80 frames. You know, definitely it's smart, you know, during races to just do what Polytopes did there and just take Rush earlier on. So Tornado Man is another big point of RNG. He can jump all over the place, up, down, middle of the screen. You want what's called Tornado Bro. It's definitely not called Bronado, like some people might think it is. They're just wrong. It's Tornado Bro that you want. So this rain, it pushes you back, so you want to stay on the ground as much as possible. You don't want to be in the air. So that's sort of the benefit of doing that battery jumping strat, is that you can use Rush earlier on because you saved some ammo. Again, still able to use it just a little bit further onto that stage. Now, you know, you're seeing the opposite effect. The brain is pushing you forward, so you want to be in the air as much as possible. So you see him there just jumping from block to block. So we'll see what we get here. Hopefully it's a Tornado Bro. Definitely won't be a Bronado, because that doesn't exist. And no, he's already kind of being a jerk. Although, that was not bad. That wasn't quite Tornado Bro, but pretty good pattern there from for Polytopes. So got that one single jump, and then he stayed put. TimeLink here. Now he's making his way through the rain section. He has some rush ammo left. So you'll see how precise it is, how little ammo he has left. That's how tight this run is rooted, so that, you know, you're pretty much using everything that you have. So polytopes onto the Wily stages. And TimeLink, I believe that was the Tornado pattern. He did jump there at the, or he moved up to the top there at the end. I think that was just not killing him quick enough. But I think, you know, had he gotten all of his shots in, he would have killed him before he jumped. So we'll call that a Tornado for sure. See, again, those rush jet jumps, you saw Poly, he spawned him there a little bit too high. They don't look difficult, but they're extremely difficult. It's one of those things that sort of go, you know, unnoticed, unless you happen to be an MM9 runner. Tornado Buddy is definitely not the coin term. I feel like Tornado Buddy would be what somebody who busters down the Big Mama would say. So again, using Rush here to skip those beam sections. That's you know, we already talked about how difficult the Rush jet jumps are. Do that with the instant kill magma beam right behind you, and you know, definitely a little stressful of the situation. So Wily stages, for those of you who haven't played Mega Man before, which is probably no one, the ammo does not refill in the Wily stages, so you have to conserve it through all 4 Wily stages. However, the runners will be grabbing an M tank in Wily 3 to refill everything. TimeLink, you'll see here, again, quick kill of the dragon using the 5 concrete shots. Polytopes is fighting the worst boss in Mega Man history, the Spike Pushers. They're the absolute worst. And Polytopes finishing off the Spike Pushers with the Buster, conserving as Tornado. There's also an option to switch to Tornado or to Plug Block. Alright, so Wily 2, again, you'll see some Rush Jet movement, using it as a platform rather than just to go across things. And then a really cool strat here that you'll see Polytopes do, shooting and turning those enemies into concrete. That jump right there is one of the toughest in the game, and then some kind of unfortunate flower luck there, but he has a pretty big lead, I would say. You know, he definitely has you know, more than half a stage lead at this point. I was a bit behind. I hit refresh, all of a sudden, there he is. Alright. I should be okay now. I'm coming to you from the past. Alright, so ladder's slow in this game, so switching to coil to avoid having to climb up that long ladder. Big corner jump there by polytopes without taking the damage boost off the UFO. And then onto the boss of Wily 2, the Mega Mech Shark. 3-phase boss here. Got the tail, you have the midsection, and then you have the Dorito. This shark does sing, by the way. It's definitely a singing shark. Great midsection there by polytopes, taking care of those turrets. And now onto the Dorito. Just missed a shot. The goal there is to kill it in 2 cycles. That last phase does have a bit of RNG to it. It can spawn it can open its mouth fast or slow. I believe that was a double slow cycle. Next, we're on to Wily 3. We have this anti-gravity section here. This is sort of the auto-scroller of Mega Man 9. You're required to dance, like Polytopes is doing. You can only move by shooting right and left. So, yeah, we wiggle instead. Then we have a difficult jump coming up here. Polytopes choosing to damage boost through it. Wise in a race, for sure. And then one of the worst rooms in the game, the Sniper Joe room. He was trying to use Rush Coil there to jump up the ladder and shoot the top Joe. Really difficult kind of section to have some clean movement through, but he made it through, didn't lose too much time. And now on to the second, slightly more difficult section of the auto, or part of the auto scroller. Once you play the game a couple times, you got it. So there's that M tank. I don't know when he'll use it. Yeah, he's gonna use it probably in Wily 4, it looks like. So he saved the tornado, not using it on the spike pushers, so that he can use it here in this section. Oh, he may have. Good catch, if so. He may have used Tornado Blow a little bit too early and not been able to get all the enemies he wanted to. All right, so he is gonna use it now. It is good to use it the earliest possible time you can. Of course, he wants Tornado Blow for the Magma Man refight. So, as soon as he's done with Tornado, he uses it. Next, we'll see what's hopefully an easy Devil. Weak to Black Hole Bomb. One trait of the Black Hole Bomb is you can pause cancel it. And then spam another one. So you can theoretically do it in one cycle. Hopefully he is able to. And he got it. Easy. Every time. So we're on to Wily 4. TimeLink here, progressing nicely through Wily 3 as well. So Polytopes here, I believe he's going for Galaxy Manipulation. You want to play the stage kind of the exact same way every time. That way you're getting to Galaxy Man, you're looking for the lights in the background to flash. And if you get it at the right pixel, or with the right cluster of frames, you get the manipulation. So it looks like he got it there. However, he did miss a galaxy shot, or he missed a concrete shot, so where he got the manipulation, he still had to waste that extra shot, so he'd be one short for the second phase of Wily. Another source of RNG, so Plugman, we didn't really talk about it. He always jumps to the middle during the regular fight, but in the refight, he could do one of three things. He could stay to the right, he could jump to the middle, or he could jump all the way to the left. So the fight becomes a little bit more unpredictable and a little bit more RNG, as if there wasn't enough. Polytopes is fighting Tornado Man. I don't know how that's going because the screen froze, but he's dead. Somehow he killed him, so nice tornado fight, I think. Magma also dead. Screen is freezing a bit, so yeah, I don't know how exactly the fights are going, but he's alive, and the Robot Masters are dying bit by bit. So we'll watch TimeLink screen, see what kind of pattern he gets from Galaxy Man. He gets one swoop, he gets two swoops for the second time, and this time he gets all his shots in. So he will, and he's using the M-Tank now. Polytopes here, still frozen in Splash Woman's stage. Splash Woman is dead. I don't know how, again. Looks like a right side kill. And now he is fighting Concrete Man, sort of. And on to Wily. So Wily has three phases. The first phase, not any RNG. You just basically have to use Laser Trident to push these balls into his jaw. Eggs, balls, I don't know, whatever they are. Second phase does have some RNG. You want two low patterns, preferably. If he goes up right away, you can still one cycle him. I think the difference is only like a second, maybe a second and a half. You have to get those double shots in though, which unfortunately Polytopes wasn't able to get. I think he was one concrete shot down. And then the big RNG point is this last capsule phase. He could just keep spawning up. You have to just wait for him to come down, like he did there. So far, all right. No, that's kind of 3 ups in a row. So you kind of get into rough territory 4 times in a row. There we go. We want him to spawn like at the lowest level. You can get 6 shots, potentially 7 shots. GG Polytopes. All right, finishing up with a official SRL time of 33:52. I believe it was a little bit quicker than that, but that's what we'll go with. Meanwhile, TimeLinks is on his way to Wily. Also, that's a win. That's a win. We got a... Polytopes has earned himself a penguin. He has earned himself a penguin. There we go. I suppose we could switch audio too. Why not? While we're here. All right, so another option you could do here is use Hornet Chaser. And he does. He finishes him off. GG to TimeLink, finishing up with a 35:21 was the SRL time. So GG to both runners. And we'll have match 2 coming up in just a bit. So we'll let the runners gather themselves here and get ready for the second race. We'll be with you in just a short amount of time. All right. Just waiting for the runners to wrap up and get ready for the next race here. Mm-hmm. New room is up. Second race should start very soon. All right, the runners are ready. The match will begin shortly. Race 2. Fighting for that second penguin and the chance to go on and race BTFM. Former world record holder. Still a world record holder in our hearts.